Good morning. Welcome to the PaulCast. It is May 22nd, 2024. This is episode 175 of the Paul Green Comedy Podcast, a podcast by a dreamer for all you dreamers out there. Paul Green here, documenting my journey through stand-up and comedy and all that goes with it. I hope you are doing fantastic and your dreams are all coming true. So let's bring you up to speed. So yesterday I was in Vegas. I had a bunch of work to get done at the old day job and then drove back home, and not a whole lot else happened. I tried to get some writing done last night. Still had a bunch of work to finish up when I got home. And I did get a little bit of writing in last night after playing some basketball. I still try to get some exercise in. Speaking of exercise, I am nowhere close to keeping any of my fitness goals. I see up on my whiteboard that I have on the wall over there that I'm supposed to have a beach body by July 20th. And, yeah, I don't see that happening. No, I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say I don't see it happening. I got advertised to on Instagram from this local sort of fitness gym that does like daily fitness classes and all kinds of different classes. And I went to their website just to look at, like, how much is it going to cost me to do this? Because I know just how I am and how I operate, that having just a little bit of accountability, having a place that I need to go to, because I've hired personal trainers before. Back in LA, I hired a personal trainer who was a buddy of mine from comedy, who is incredibly fit and knew all of the things. And so I used to work out with him a 3 times a week, and he really did a number on me, got me looking pretty good, probably the best shape I've ever been in my life. And then he ended up getting like a job or something to where he wasn't able to train me during the day. So then I just went to LA Fitness and got hooked up with a personal trainer there at LA Fitness who was really great, a guy named Alex. And he and I worked out for a little while before everything happened that landed me back in Arizona. Since back in Arizona, I've done a couple of things. I did do the 75 Hard program. I was very strict on it. I did do that at the end of 2022 into 2023. And then I was also doing this jump program to where I was trying to dunk a basketball, and I was trying to post every day about my progress trying to dunk a basketball, and I was doing all of these different jump programs to try to increase my vertical. I ended up getting thrown off of that because of a couple of things, just random things that had happened. Number one is I had a big show coming up in November, and that took a lot of my focus to produce that show. I hired a social media guy, and the social media guy said, hey, these dunk videos don't really make sense for your brand. And the only reason I was doing the dunk videos was to give myself some social accountability. I had people following along who would be like, hey, where's your jump videos? What's going on? What's your progress? Which is exactly why I was sharing my progress online, because I need that. I need a little accountability. I need to know that somebody is watching and that they're going to be disappointed in me if I don't post. And that has happened because I stopped doing the videos. And I have had people, even within the last couple of months, it's probably been almost 7-8 months since I've done that. And I've had people even recently being like, hey, whatever happened to those dunk videos? Did you just give up? Yeah, I kind of did. So anyway, a steady exercise routine, a steady anything routine is not the Paul Green forte. My ADD, sort of my disorganized, creative, chaotic brain just resists structure, resists schedules, and be at this place at this time every single day. It's just not how I'm built. And so, unfortunately, there's, like everything, there's pros and cons, but the con of that is establishing disciplined routines that generate results over time. And I think that can really be said for anything that any human being wants to accomplish. Chances are it's going to require dedicated daily effort over a long period of time. And maybe you can get lucky and win the lottery in some things, but at least anything in terms of personal development, skill set, anything like that, I just don't know of any shortcuts. Maybe you have a certain talent or propensity that allows you to improve more exponentially than maybe somebody else, but that is the name of the game as far as I know. And so anyway, this fitness gym popped up, and they do daily fitness classes, and the monthly price was actually really reasonable, I found, to be able to show up unlimited. It's like, they have multiple classes every day. And so I'm just going, man, I might need to pull the trigger on something like that just to sort of kick my fitness goals to the next level, especially if I want to get rid of this little dad bod. Are you allowed to have a dad bod if you don't have children? I don't know how I do it. My dad bod is just so masculine that it's as though I have sired children, and I don't even need the children to have the bod. That's right, baby. That's how I roll. So anyway, a little bit of a tangent there. So I played some basketball, did a little bit of writing, not nearly as much as I would have liked, because today I have a very full day. So I am going to be, I still work full time. So I'm always doing all of my dream stuff while making sure that I am working hard for my company and taking care of all my responsibilities there. So after work, I have 2 gigs back to back that I'm really excited about. So I booked a random film shoot for this YouTube channel called Skorys, Skorys. I went to their YouTube channel. They have 2.2 million subscribers, which is incredible. And they do sort of these parody ghost hunter, ghost chaser type videos. And I got booked to be like a ghost hunter on an episode. It's going to be all really highly improvised, which is why they booked me. So for the audition, they just said, hey, improvise a scene like you're a ghost hunter in an old theater, and the theater is haunted and you're in there looking for ghosts or whatever. So I submitted that and booked it. So there you go. So I'll be doing that. And then after that, I will be heading to do another gig, which is going to be like a murder mystery for some corporation. And it's funny, I did a murder mystery about 4 or 5 months ago at a wedding. There was this couple, they were very goth, like her wedding dress was black. That's how goth they were. They were just very dark. I just mean they kind of had that occult energy to them. They're beautiful, delightful people. And so they wanted to do a murder mystery at their wedding reception, which was so much fun. So yeah, I have a little murder mystery experience. So tonight I will be playing a musician. Interestingly enough, because I am a musician, another reason they booked me was they just wanted improvisers with music, or an improviser with music experience, which is me. And so I booked this gig. We did like a little Zoom meeting last night just to go over the script and to go over the characters, and just seems like a lot of fun, pretty low key. It's just a lot of just kind of schmoozing with the guests at whatever this corporation is. I don't know the corporation, to be honest. I'm just gonna show up with my piano and do the gig, but it seems like it'll be a fun time for everybody. So so 2 gigs back to back, and I'll still try to squeeze some writing in there. I gotta be honest with myself. I haven't really figured out how to really write in volume yet. I mean, I'm trying to sit down every day. I have my notebook with me all the time, and every day I'm trying to go like, okay, where can I go and write today? And I haven't had lunch. All right, let's grab my notebook. Let's go to lunch, pull out the notebook, and write. Last night, I went and played basketball, and afterwards I'm like, haven't had dinner yet. Let's go grab some dinner, pull out my notebook, and write. But I'm concerned that I'm not putting in the volume. It's not like I'm sitting for like 2 hours with really focused writing. It's like 30 minutes here, maybe 10 minutes here, and a couple jokes here, a couple jokes there. And as some of you may know, a couple months ago, I was trying to do like 3 new jokes a day. I was sharing them on the podcast. I've sort of gotten off. Man, I've gotten off all of my dailies, my daily beach body goals and my daily writing goals. Just a mess, everybody. I'm realizing this as I'm talking. Going for dreams, man. It's just, it's just these ups and downs, and trying to hold the patterns. And when you get thrown off of just being willing to go, all right, I'm a little off. I do find it really makes it difficult when I travel, and I travel a lot, especially when I'm doing road trips. So I really think the start of me really getting off all of my patterns was when I went to Los Angeles, when I'm thinking about it. About a month ago, I went to Los Angeles to do the Magic Castle. Like, it was like 5 nights in a row. So every night I'm doing a gig at the Magic Castle, and I'd have to be there like at 6 o'clock, and I wouldn't be getting home till midnight, 1 a.m. 5 days in a row. And then, had to drive there and then drive back home to Arizona. And that really threw me off, and I haven't quite been back on my game. And, I've been in Vegas for a couple of days. I was in San Diego a week ago. And then this weekend, I'm flying out to Missouri, Kansas City, to film some social media videos with a comedian friend of mine, Elizabeth Weichert, who's incredibly funny, incredibly talented, and has been very successful on social media. She's relentless and just so much fun. I actually talked to her when I was driving home from Vegas, and we were just collaborating on all kinds of different ideas that we want to do in Missouri. So, there's like another opportunity for me to get thrown off of my exercise goals and my writing goals. And I think a lot of it is just excuses. A lot of it is, me just being willing to be more strict and more disciplined. But as I started at this podcast saying, that is not my strength. And so it's just a constant battle of overcoming self, which isn't that really what life just is. It's just trying to overcome yourself all the time. Ugh. So anyway, my dear friends. So that's what I'm up to. So I'm going to have a really fun day today. Get a bunch of work done. I get to to do two very different gigs, a sort of acting gig for YouTube, and then a live in-person impromptu murder mystery gig for a corporate event, and that will be my day. And then tomorrow night, I am going to be doing a 20-minute set at the Chill Room in Tempe, Arizona, which is an open mic, and they do a clean comedy open mic, which is tremendously rare. Clean comedy is rare enough as it is, but there is a lot of clean comedy opportunities out there, church gigs and certain corporate gigs and stuff like that necessitate clean comedy. But it's very rare to have an open mic that is dedicated to clean comedy. And so I got contacted by the producer and the booker of that and just asked if I wanted to do a 20-minute showcase set at this clean comedy mic. And as many of you may know who follow the podcast, I have been knee-deep in writing a new set, and I don't even think I have 20 minutes of new material. And so because my day is going to be so busy, I'm going to have a hard time really finding a chunk of time to like map out what I want to do on Thursday. But on Thursday, I'll have some time. I'm still tweaking a lot of the new material. Some of it is doing pretty well, is locked in. There's a handful of new stuff that I'm trying to work in that isn't quite hitting as well as I would like. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see how I can put together a 20-minute set of all new material. That will be my goal, is to do 20 minutes, even if the material isn't good yet, or I can almost guarantee I'll be trying new jokes. Well, I'll have to, because, well, I don't have to. I mean, I could do old material, but I don't want to do old material. That's kind of the idea. So there's a good chance I will be doing jokes for the first time on Thursday night, jokes that I've never told before, and see how that goes. So that'll be tomorrow night. So that is what I will be looking forward to here the next day or two. And I'll just tell you what, everybody, I have big goals, I have big ambitions, but when I really think about my dream, I mean, I'm living it, maybe it's not at the grand scale, I'm not famous yet, I'm not, independently wealthy through my entertainment, but, I have a great job, which is a huge blessing, because there's enough flexibility there to where I can work around it when needs be. And I, have these opportunities to perform that are coming to me. And, the YouTube gig I got through my agent. So like, I have an agent who's out there submitting me for stuff and getting me these cool random gigs. And then the murder mystery I got through my buddy, Jim Perry, who referred me. I don't even know how he found it, but he found it and said, "Hey, this looks like it's up your alley. You should contact him." And it was just this sort of casting call. And so I just emailed the lady and said, "Yeah, I think I'm probably the right guy for this. Just reading the description. It's like, yeah, we need a musician who's good at improv." I'm going, yeah, well, you found him. So just sent him an email and then had a phone conversation. They're like, yeah, you'll do. I mean, it was just like that simple. And then Thursday night, doing 20 minutes of stand-up comedy, clean comedy at an open mic. Monday night, I was in Vegas doing 10 minutes of comedy at a bar in Vegas because I had showed up and done an open mic 6 weeks before, and the booker of that asked me back. And so sometimes it's easy for me to get a little discouraged because maybe I'm not in this certain arena of comedy, of comedian, where I have a draw and people know my name and, I'm touring the company and country and making millions of dollars. But at the same time, I'm still living my dream because I'm getting to perform, I'm getting to do comedy, I'm getting to act, I'm getting these different opportunities, and I'm able to sustain myself while I do it financially, which is just a huge blessing. So, it's all good, everybody. Everything is, if you have the dream and you just keep working towards it, and you're just open to however it needs to manifest, just things start to happen, things start to move, things start to connect that you never thought would connect. I mean, the fact that I'm doing this daily podcast, I mean, I just did this on a whim 6 months ago. Just thought, I should do a podcast. I don't know why I thought I needed to do it daily, other than, as I have said several times on this podcast, I'm not really good at daily. And so I wanted to challenge myself to do something every effing day without fail. And I have done that with this podcast for 175 straight days. And, it's not growing, it's not taking off, it's not going viral. I know I have a couple loyal listeners. You know who you are. I'm grateful for that. But just because I've been doing this, these opportunities have started to come to me. Like my buddy Josh Novi, who I had on the podcast, and he goes, "Hey, you're a good podcaster. We should do a podcast together." And Jim Perry, who I've been performing at his club, but then he sees me doing this and goes, "Hey, we should have you produce a show at the club." And then I'm going, "Oh my gosh, I can produce a show at this club, and Josh Novi, this other comedian, wants to do a podcast with me, and he wants to film it live." And then it came together and had one of the best shows that I've had in years at JP's Comedy Club, filming the first ever live taping of the Let's Have a Midlife Crisis comedy podcast. All like this synergy just happening, all because I sit in front of this camera every day and talk about myself. Oh, the ego. So everybody, do what's in your heart, even if it maybe doesn't make a whole lot of sense. If you're feeling it and it's in alignment with whatever it is you're trying to accomplish, whatever your dream is, I say go for it and just see what happens. Stay with it, stick with it. All right, my friends. So that is today's update. Is it May 22nd? Oh my gosh. I think it's May 22nd, right? Oh my gosh. No. Wait. Yes. I'm tired, everybody. May 22nd, 2024, episode 175 of the Paul Green Comedy Podcast. I love you all so much. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you're having a great day. Your dreams are coming true, and I will check in with you tomorrow.